Hey guys, welcome to our stories. I think my wife is cheating on me with my coworker. So to start off, I don't really like using platforms like this, but I need to let this out and vent somehow, so here I go. I'm 33 male and my wife is 30 female. We have been together for 11 years, and I thought everything was good between us until recently. For some context, I work as a dispatcher for truckers, and it's a pretty good job. I get good benefits and I make enough where we can both be comfortable. My wife had a job building gaming computers, but she lost the job due to cutbacks, so I've been the sole earner. I've been picking up a lot of hours, and one day my car battery died on me, so I had my wife take me to work, and when we made it to the parking lot, I saw my coworker Andrew. I waved at him and he walked over to say hello, and when I introduced him to my wife, she got out of the car to shake his hand, and he looked at me and said that you never told me that your wife was so beautiful. She blushed. I laughed instead of saying, yeah, I'm lucky to have her, and we both walked into work after I kissed my wife goodbye. Few days later, I got my car good and running, so I've been going to work as usual, but during lunch I couldn't help but notice my wife's car in the parking lot, so I walked towards it and saw her and Andrew talking and eating lunch in her car. I got upset but kept it cool and knocked on her window. She opened the door and said, "Oh, I forgot to tell you that me and Andrew were having lunch today together." Then Andrew said, "I hope you're not angry." I took a deep breath and said no, and I turned around and walked away from the car because if I had said something it was going to start an argument, but I could feel my wife getting frustrated because I walked away like that. Later that day, when I got home, she blew up, saying that I embarrassed her in front of Andrew, and I said, "Why do you even care, and when did you even start hanging out with him?" She said, "I'm a grown-ass woman and I don't have to tell you shit," and then walked off. And since then she's been distant, and I noticed she's been on her phone more, calling and texting her friends, but I just know that it's Andrew, but I don't want to accuse her. And then I'm wrong and I look like an asshole, but at the same time, I want to say something and I don't know what to do. Update: I talked to my friend and he gave me an Apple AirTag. I'm going to put it in my wife's car and drive around to see if I can find anything and collect evidence so I don't get fucked in court if we do end up divorcing, but a part of me doesn't want to do it because I don't know if I can handle the pain. I've been through a lot, and I can't believe she's really going to throw it away this easily, but I'm still going to have to do it. I'll try to update again when I have the time. Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I posted, but so much has happened during that time period, and I finally found the time to update. First off, I would like to thank all of you guys for the support and advice. It really helped me. Quick recap: my wife had been hanging out with my coworker Andrew without telling me, and when I found out, she basically started getting distant from me, so I suspected that she'd been cheating on me with him. When I started to suspect it, my friend gave me his airdrop, and I hid it in my wife's car and followed her. She told me that she was going to see a friend, but I didn't believe her, so I followed her in my friend's car to make sure she couldn't spot me, and after a 20-minute drive, she drove up to a hotel. I'm not going to lie, I felt sick and my heart kept pounding. I was really hoping that I was wrong and she was seeing someone else, but instead, I saw Andrew waving at my girlfriend, and then I saw her running and jumping on this guy and kissing him. I was so hurt and angry that I wanted to get out and beat Andrew's ass and tell my wife to get all of her shit out of the house, but I didn't. Instead, I took out my phone, took some pictures, and drove off when I saw them walk into the hotel. I went home and cried, screamed, yelled, and punched a hole in the wall. I was feeling too many emotions at once. I called my friend, and he came over. I showed him the pictures and started crying again. I screamed, 11 years down the fucking drain. My friend gave me a hug and told me to get a lawyer and to keep stacking up evidence against her. I didn't know if I could keep up the face anymore, but I told my friend I'd try. So during these past weeks, I've been stacking up evidence and keeping my distance. I've seen them go to restaurants, movies, and hotels, and every time it hurt, I tough it out, and she always told me she was going out with her friends or family, but I never called her and said okay. I thought I could keep it up for at least a few more days, especially because the lawyer I'm seeing says I have more than enough evidence to make sure I win and keep everything when we divorce, but I think I messed up yesterday. Yesterday was my birthday, and I wasn't really feeling it. My wife didn't even tell me happy birthday, but her parents did, and when I went to work, my coworkers got me a cake and some gifts. I tried holding back the tears because, for a moment, I forgot about everything, at least until I saw Andrew. He got me a gift, and I faked a smile and said thank you, and when I opened it, it was the comic Batman, Death of the Family, and I was actually surprised because no one at work knew I was into comics and DC was my favorite, and when I told Andrew that, he said my wife told him, and then all I saw was red. The next thing I know, my coworkers are holding me back and Andrew is in the corner, covering his nose and yelling, "What the fuck?" And then I screamed, "I know you've been fucking my wife." Everyone got silent and looked at Andrew. He tried to explain it to me, but I didn't care. All I wanted to do was beat his ass until he stopped moving. But then my boss came in and sent Andrew home and took me to his office, where I told him everything and showed him some of the pictures. He apologized to me, gave me some time off to sort everything out, and said he would deal with Andrew. Shit really went south when I got home. My wife was waiting and she blew up on saying that I was wrong for doing that to Andrew and that she talked him out of pressing charges for hitting him and kept yelling and yelling. Andrew makes me feel like a real woman and treats me right and knows how to make me feel special, and I finally popped and just yelled, "I don't give a fuck." She looked surprised and went silent, and I kept going, saying, "If he makes you feel special, go live with him and have him support you because I'm done." And then she had the nerve to cry and say that she's sorry, plus she tried saying how Andrew caught her at a moment of weakness, but I just took a deep breath and told her to get a lawyer because we're getting a divorce, and she really tried to apologize and said that she couldn't afford one and that we needed to work on us, but I just looked at her and told her to pack up. She kept crying and begging, but I just got her suitcase and called her sister to come to pick her up. But she locked herself in the bathroom, saying she wouldn't come out until I was willing to work things out with her. I kept telling her that I didn't want to work anything out and that we needed space because when I saw her I felt angry and hurt. She finally got out and apologized, and then she packed her shit and waited outside for her sister. And now I'm finally in the house alone, and I can't stop crying. I feel so many things, and I just don't know anymore. I'm going to see my lawyer tomorrow. And I'm sorry if I was all over the place with my post. I'm just feeling horrible and emotional, but I am planning on seeing a therapist soon. I'll definitely update everyone once all this blows over. I would like to thank everyone again for the advice and support. Subscribe for more stories. I will be posting more stories like this. Till then you can watch other stories I have uploaded.